Hi everyone, well, thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the channel. I'm G and this is G's Nail Spot. If you're new here, you are very welcome. Take a look around. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It's totally free and helps support my channel and I really appreciate it. Just like all my wonderful subscribers. Thank you so much guys. Much appreciated. So here's the usual short stilettos because I'm going to be doing this set for me. Oh, again. And I always, excuse me. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a set for Armistice Day or Poppy Day, and I'm going to wear them on Remembrance Sunday. So I'll tell you a little bit about it as I go on, but to start off with, I'm just taking that Snow White by Urban Graffiti and I'm painting all the nails apart from the middle nail in that white. And this is just going to be a base coat because I'm going to put in a slightly different colour on top. But yeah, so then I'll get that serious black and that will go on the middle nail and then they will go in for a cure. Okay, so now that first coat's cured, we're going to go in with the second one, which is this Charmed Pearly White by Urban Graffiti. And I'm going to put that on top of the white nails and I'm going to give that middle nail another coat of this Serious Black. So Armistice Day is a day that we remember the end of the First World War. It's the day when the peace negotiations happened and the Armistice Agreement was in place at 11 AM on the 11th of November 1918. So the war had been going on since 1914, so there was 4 years till it ended with this Armistice Agreement. And so every year on the 11th of November at 11 o'clock in the morning, we have a 2-minute silence just to remember all those that gave their lives in that First World War. So anyway, back to the nails. This is the thumbnail. So on this one, I wanted to do something that reflected the sort of military aspect of Armistice Day. So again, like I say, all the people that gave their lives in the war. So there was a lot of different army services involved. And so I wanted to do like a camouflage, because to me that's sort of, you know, military, army. So I did it in the colours of the set. So I did it in red, grey and black. It's a bit of an experiment really. I don't think I've ever done a camouflage nail. So yeah, I'm using my MoYou Stamper and Scraper as normal. That's clear jelly stamping polish in number 21, that red. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just going to use that same stamping template every time, but using a different colour. I'm just going to stamp in layers on top of one another, but move the stamper slightly so they're not exactly on top of one another, or you wouldn't see the other colours. So I'm using a MoYou stamping polish there called Shark Attack, which is a grey, because I wanted to do this in red, grey and black on top of that white. Like I say, just to reflect the colours of the set. And it turned out pretty good, although I think in the end that grey almost looks a bit pink on top of the white and red, but I'm not bothered. It looks all right. It's not what I planned, but yeah, anyway, I'm using my normal clear jelly stamping black in 001. As usual, you know, those clear jelly stamping blacks, whites and silvers are my favourites. And this is how it turned out. I was pretty happy with that. It's kind of camouflagey effect. I really liked it. I'm actually going to do some more of that in the future now. I know it works. But anyway, I'm using that same stamping plate, and I'm using a little pattern here that's got like crosses and sort of almost like nuts and bolts. So that kind of, for me, that was my interpretation of the mechanical side and the human lives side, because there's some crosses on there as well. So there's the human lives and the mechanical instruments and vehicles that were used in the war. So that was kind of why my thinking behind that one. Okay, so moving on, I'm doing the red poppy on the pointer finger, the index finger. And for those who don't know, the red poppy is a symbol of both remembrance for this, but it's also a symbol of hope for the future. A little bit of backstory on the poppies is that during World War I, a lot of the fighting took place in Western Europe and the countryside was absolutely obliterated by the fighting. The beautiful countryside and landscapes were absolutely destroyed and nothing would grow apart from Flanders poppies, these lovely big bright red poppies. And it was amazing that these flowers flourished in the middle of all this chaos and destruction, and there were thousands of them growing on this barren wasteland that used to be beautiful countryside that had been destroyed by war. So that's where the symbol of the poppy came from. And there's a very well-known famous poem called In Flanders Fields, which is about the poppies. It was actually written by a Canadian, but it's a very moving and beautiful poem, and I would recommend you go and have a look at that if you have a spare 5 minutes. But anyway, back to this nail. So I've done the poppy water decal that you would have seen me do, and I've just done my usual, painted a black frame around the nail using the Glitterbels Unbelievable Gel, which is a non-tacky finish gel paint. And I've just popped a frame on there because I just felt like it finished in it. It just reminded me of a poppy in a picture frame, really. So that's why I did that one. So we'll move on to the middle nail. Now I go a little bit mad on this one. So I'm using my McCart rhinestone glue gel, and I just wanted to put a few little gems on this. So some red and clear sparkly gems, again sort of reflecting the poppy, but I didn't have any flower gems, so I've used a big red heart because I thought that was really appropriate given the theme of the set. And then I've just surrounded that heart with some of the crystals, some caviar beads, and a teardrop shape gem, which you will see me add in a minute. Now, like I say, I did go a bit mad, but I ended up really loving this nail, even though I think I did go a bit over the top with the crystals and gems. I actually really liked it. Okay, so moving on to the last, I think the last nail, is it? The pinky fingernail. And this one I'm going to paint a purple poppy on, which, yeah, it's a little bit different. So the purple poppy is a symbol of remembrance in the UK anyway, for animals that serve during wars. It was created in 2006 by a charity called Animal Aid, and it was their way of commemorating animals which served during conflicts. So they felt the need to sort of recognise the animal lives that were lost as well, which I think is lovely. And I do always wear a purple poppy and a red poppy, so I thought I'd include that in this set. And as you can see, I've just used some purple Coselia gel polish, painted a kind of a poppy shape. I will admit I'm not the world's greatest artist when it comes to freehanding flowers. So I kind of just did the best I could, like Oogie Boogie, I'm doing the best I can. And I painted a purple poppy. I've just popped some black in the middle, and then I'm putting some of that McCart rhinestone glue gel on there, because I'm just going to put a few little silver caviar beads in, just to give it a little bit of extra something. And then I'll do what I did on the red poppy nail, and I will give this nail a black frame just to finish it off, although I think I do that as an afterthought. I don't think I do it straight away. It's not till I put it with the rest of the nails that I realise it needs. Oh, there's a bit of floof on that nail as well. How annoying. Anyway, this is what it looked like. I don't think I did a bad job. Like I say, I'll admit I am not great at painting flowers. I've never really done it. I don't practice painting flowers. It's not something I would normally put on nails for myself, but this is a bit different. This is a different set. So this is what they look like together. And as you can see, I kind of looked at it and thought, oh, hang on. The other poppy nail's got a black frame, so this one needs one too. So I've took that Glitterbels gel paint again and done exactly the same thing, 2 coats. Both of them had 2 coats, so I did 1 coat of the frame, cured it, and then did a second, so it was nice and opaque. And that is the nails done. And here is what they look like together, just before I put a top coat on, obviously. They need the nice shiny top coat on to protect all that stamping, to protect those decals, to help seal in those crystals, all that good stuff, and make them shiny and beautiful. But yeah, so they're all very different designs. I appreciate it's an interesting set. I like it. It's my creativity, it's my interpretation of Remembrance Day, so I can wear these on Sunday for Remembrance Day. So guys, if you like this set, give me a thumbs up. If you enjoyed the video, drop me a comment in the box below. Let me know what you think of my themed set, my interpretation for Armistice Day and Remembrance Sunday. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!